Welcome to the Selling Trust Podcast with Nathan Mark. Did you know you're 10 times more likely to close a deal with an existing client than a new prospect? Today, we're diving into the Mark method to help you transform transactions into lifelong partnerships and build a referral flywheel that works for you 24/7.
Hey, welcome back. It's another episode of the Selling Trust Podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's been coming up a lot, and it's lead generation. Getting more clients, increasing your book of business, talking to more individuals, and selling to more varied people. I've been getting asked this question a ton lately. How do I get more clients? What do I need to do? Is there outreach I can do? Can I build a funnel? There's something that I can do in my community, et cetera, et cetera. And my first question is, what the heck are you doing? Like, time out. Why do you need this? Have you looked into your existing book of business? And the thing that I'm finding is a lot of people haven't. A lot of people seem to think that more is more. And I think as salespeople, we are taught to go down the path of more is more, when in reality, more is going to leave you burnt out. It's going to leave you hating your life with no time, and you're gonna wanna throw your hands up in the air and call it quits and pivot to something else that isn't as stressful or is less risk, because you've been fed this myth that more is more. And I'll be the first one to take a step back and say, there is a time and a place where more is more. If you're trying to hit a goal, if you're trying to accomplish a milestone move or a level up, if you will, and you have the time and the ability to grind, or if you're at the very beginning of your career and you have to put in that time, then you know what? More is more, right? You need a larger aggregate pool of people to go through in order to whittle it down to the people that you want to be doing business with. At the beginning of your sales career, you don't have the opportunity or the luxury of having that experience. So for me, in my sales journey, if you will, I experienced starting my career with about 17 clients, and my clients were corporations, okay? And this amounted to approximately 200 to 300 individuals, somewhere in that neighborhood, that I needed to know, keep track of, understand, and affect from a relationship and influence standpoint in order to sell my product. I'll tell you what, it had me spinning. If you go online and you look at some various sources, type in how many relationships can a normal human being maintain at one time. And the number that's gonna pop up is somewhere around that 150 to 200 individuals number. And so that goes across your whole life. That goes, your personal life, your work life, your friendships, family, etc., whatever you want to call it. It's about 150 to 200 individuals at any given moment that you can actually maintain real contact with. And so I was, call it close to double that number with just my work responsibilities. And this was a major, major problem. So I started getting burnt out. I started getting frustrated, and, because I wanted to be everything for everyone that I was calling on, and I was having trouble doing that because there just weren't enough hours in the day. And so I made a conscious decision to start looking at my client list and first figuring out where to place people. Did they have a lot of opportunity that I wasn't getting at? Did they have leadership in their company that was pushing their company forward and they were going to be growing and expanding? Were there relationship opportunities with the client, or Were they very closed-doored and they already had a lot of established relationships? Were they not growing and were they on a decline? All of these things I used to kind of determine who was where and what was what and where I needed to spend my time. From about the second year of calling on accounts to about the sixth year, it took me about 4 years, I whittled my account list down from about 15 to 17 roughly accounts down to, call it, 9 on any given day. Those 9 accounts still have approximately 100 to 150 people in them that I need to know and take care of and manage and understand. So it's still plenty of personal opportunity. It's plenty of financial opportunity. And what I got back was time. I got away from clients who were stressing me out and not willing to partner. I got away from clients who weren't necessarily operating at their best. I got away from clients who didn't have time for me. And eventually I was able to have a client list of people that I wanted to work with and they wanted to work with me. Not every single person in every single office, but a number of them. And I got to a point in my career where I found some equilibrium. You know, I had experienced extreme upward trajectory because I was burning the candle at both ends and working all the time. And now I've got to a place where I have success and I have growth, but I've reset it to a manageable level with the current number of clients that I have. And so this is something that I like to go through with people who are saying, I need more, I need more, I need more. When in reality, have you sat down, like when was the last time that you sat down and actually looked at the clients that you currently have? There's a good chance that you do not need more. There's a good chance that you got some diamonds in the rough. Or there's a good chance that, you know, if you're a B2C, you know, situation going on and you're selling to individuals, there's a good chance that the individuals in your network have more power to generate you business than just going and cold calling on people and hoping for the best. I think I'm gonna do 2 episodes about this because the how also deserves its own amount of time. You know, how to affect this, how to go after new business, how to have a cadence of expanding and contracting properly, because your business needs to breathe, right? You need to make cuts and get down to the core group of people that are actually helping move the needle forward. And then once you've done that, you have the ability to expand a bit and bring in new blood, right? Maybe you bring in some salespeople. Maybe you expand your business while you're expanding your book of business. You have to have this kind of like trimming of, the shrubbery, if you will, right? It's like this lemon tree behind me. This lemon tree has to be pruned every single year because if I don't prune it, it just goes crazy. And it doesn't really produce that much fruit. There's a lot of intermingling branches that just make everything chaotic and terrible. But I'll tell you what, when I prune it and I cut it back, it has explosive new growth. The fruit is very sweet and delicious, and it just works better. And this is what we need to do with our book of business before we decide to expand and start including, more accounts, more clients, more people to sell to. Less is more. This idea of more is more is it's not healthy. It has a place, don't get me wrong, it has a place, but we also need to understand that less is more. Less gives you the ability to be proactive. Less gives you the ability to be strategic. Less gives you the ability to hunt for more quality clients. Less gives you the ability to put on events and put on outings and do things with the people that you want to surround yourself with in your business because you now have the time to do it. So I challenge you to start thinking about how less is more and how less can be more to you and your business. If you'd like to talk to somebody about this, if you'd like to sit down and strategize about taking your current book of business or your sales team's current book of business and looking at how to strategically evaluate the work that they're doing in order to create a less is more situation, you can find me on my website, nathanmark.com. You can leave a comment down below. You can get a hold of me, set up a meeting, and I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to help you out with this issue because it is an issue that a lot of people face, but they don't know where to start. And getting the ball rolling and trimming your lemon tree to make sure that it doesn't go crazy and that it doesn't get overgrown and that it still produces excellent fruit year after year is such an important thing, and I'd love to help you with that. So with that being said, take care. I look forward to talking more about this on the next episode. And until then, I hope you have a great week. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Selling Trust podcast with Nathan Mark. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with a colleague or visit nathanmark.com to download your free copy of the Revenue Event Cookbook. Keep building trust and transforming relationships. We'll catch you in the next episode. See ya.